All right, we are recording. Welcome, everybody. I hope you all survived January. It was a horribly long month for me. I don't know about you guys, but it was. I don't have a lot to talk about, so we'll just kind of get through it here. Um, as far as the frequencies of how often we're going to check in with our chapters, the committee is tweaking that a little bit, just to try to simplify that process. And soon, some of us will be getting together and determining the frequency. You will get an email if your chapter has changed. I'll send it to the chapter officers and copy the mentor on it. So if you don't hear from me, that means yours are all staying the same, but there probably will be some good changes there. Um, I would say in the next few weeks we'll get that taken care of. I'm going on a cruise I'm leaving on the 5th of March, so my goal is to get it all done before that. And the NEB members have mid-year coming up too, so we'll get that done soon. So by April, you'll know if you need to check in with them. Again, we check in. The 2-monthers are every even month, and the 6-monthers are April and October, and then the 12-month have been October. So in April, everybody will get checked. Not everybody will get checked on in. Probably a lot of people will get checked in on in April. Um, okay, next the financial training. I know a lot of you attended it. I tried to see who was on both of them, and I recognized a lot of your names were on the financial training. Um, each session, is that what you guys got? For financial training? Can you guys hear me?
You're cutting out just a little bit, Denise.
Shoot, I'm sorry. I think there were about 100 in each of the financial trainings.
Two,
Now, can you hear me?
200.
200, Denise.
Oh, 200
We had a total
on
of,
each one? No.
yes,
Mhm.
we had a
Oh,
we had almost 450 people trained.
oh, I didn't know it was that many. Holy cow.
Yeah.
No wonder I couldn't keep track of everybody. I was trying to write down like all my chapters if I saw them and I lost it. But it was a very good training. I learned a lot. I'm not a financial person, but I did learn a lot, and I hope you guys did too. Um, the video for that will be on the website soon, and then there will be an email going out letting everybody who didn't make it that is required to take it, being the financial officers, an email will be going out informing them how they can make it up. Um, Karen, did you want to share any more about that or?
No, it'll just be sort of a questionnaire, just so that we'll know that they watched the training.
Okay, good. And so if you have chapters that you know weren't able to attend, encourage them to get that in because they are tracking that. All financial officers, according to governing documents, have to be trained. Um, if if you guys, if I freeze up, can someone like wave to me or something so that I know so I don't keep blabbing? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, good. All right. Um, I know I've gotten a lot of questions about after the financial training, little Ditas. Are we allowed to do that kind of thing? So I know that people are starting to think about it and they want to do things correctly. So, um, have you all seen the Facebook social media blitz that's been going on promoting our organization? Yes? No?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Everybody's staring, and I'm like, are we all frozen? Yes. Yeah, there's a social media blitz going on telling about the Blue Star Mothers. Share it, and kind of be familiar with it if you are on Facebook so that you can kind of answer questions if any of the mentors have questions about it. But it's kind of exciting. If we get some new members, that's awesome. There's a new project. You all know that it's the 250th anniversary of the United States, and there's a new project called America 250 Project. I'm going to let Karen tell us about that, what our role in that would be.
So just briefly, and I'll have more information for you shortly, but briefly, we're going to ask the chapters to track their volunteer hours. There'll be pretty much a Google form that'll be developed, and we'll ask all the chapter presidents to gather that information or have someone in the chapter gather the information. And then we're going to ask you to turn it into our recording secretary so that we can enter our volunteer hours as an organization. We feel the impact would be much greater if we do it as a collective group instead of each chapter separately. It's obviously only if you want to do it, but I would think everybody would want to participate because the more chapters we have doing this, the more impactful we can be when we can say in the time period that we put in, which will probably be February 1st through either the end of May or the end of June. This will help our organization gather more donations as well as create volunteer opportunities because our group will be listed as someone that is welcoming volunteers into our events. So we'll be listed on there, and then someone can do the search and find Blue Star Mothers. So I welcome you to Google it if you haven't looked at that a little bit. It's called America 250 Project. And there are a lot of other VSOs right now that are listed. There are companies that are sponsors. I applied for our organization to be listed as a partner. There's no cost involved in that. It just lists us as a partner. And so hopefully, again, that'll raise some more awareness. So, and Denise, just to add on to what you were saying about the media and sharing that, we also shared in the newsletter because lots of us don't do Facebook. I didn't, and I don't do much still, but we included the 2 press releases that we did in January in the January newsletter. We'll do the same thing for February. There'll be 2 more this month. We've already released 1. I welcome you to share those in your communities and with your friends and family. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer that. Or Denise, I'm pretty much done with what information I have.
Okay. Any questions?
I do. For this America 250 project, just out of curiosity for other nonprofits, this is like a nonprofit based thing that all nonprofits can be that we should share with groups that we work with.
So
Or is it-
we're doing it as Blue Star Mothers. So I'm not sure what your question. You can invite anyone to join your chapter and volunteer. Is that what you're referring to?
I'm referring to that, but also for those of us that are representatives for other nonprofits in our area, can we sign up I mean, is it a nonprofit driven thing where all
You-
across the US, all nonprofits are tracking hours of what we do to serve?
It's volunteer hours. So any individual can go into that website and
Ah.
log in your personal volunteer hours.
Okay,
Is
I
that, does
it
that answer
is.
your
That,
question, Jody?
yeah, it's a great thing to share with so many of the other volunteers for connections we have with other nonprofits. So I
Okay.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, one of the things we're going to need to make clear, and Denise and I had this little bit of a conversation a couple days ago, is we'll need to make clear what we count as volunteer hours as well. So we'll make sure that we give you some of those details before we send the Google form to you.
Perfect. Thanks.
Mhm. Did I see somebody
Becky, did you have a
else's hand?
comment?
No, it's fine.
Becky did. You're good?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm good.
And along with that, oh, you're good. Okay. With that, like you can't double dip. If you're volunteering for, like, I volunteered the other day at the VA for our American Legion Auxiliary. I don't count those as Blue Star Mother hours. So you can't be volunteering for another organization and count it on the Blue Star Mother hours. So
No,
we
that
keep.
wasn't the question. It's
Okay.
spreading awareness to other
Okay.
nonprofits for the same reason
Okay.
we're doing it as a collective group.
Sure.
I think what she's
Okay, yeah.
asking is that if you also belong to like an American Legion or VFW auxiliary, can she share the information with the other nonprofit that she's a member of and get them signed up in this America 250 as well? Is that right,
Correct.
Becky?
Yes, Becky, thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then if you're counting, like Denise is talking about, if you're counting your hours for that you couldn't do both.
No, I would not double dip. All my hours go to Blue Star Moms. For any nonprofits, I log all my hours under being a Blue Star Mom. However, I would like them to be able to have the opportunity for other nonprofits to do this, other
Yeah.
members of nonprofits to do the same.
The website's very easy to navigate, Joby, so you'll be able to figure that out when you get in there.
Just going to share that that project is out there and people
Yep.
should be doing it.
Mhm. Okay. Any other questions? No? Good. There's a few, a couple of us that are trying to do for, oh, someone's waving.
We're all waving because you're cutting out again.
You're back now.
Okay. I'm talking about the annual report. Um, we're finding that it's kind of hard to gather your report. You have to think back to every month. So Becky and I have been working on a spreadsheet that can track, the chapter can use as a tool if they want to track their activities throughout the year. And then when it's time to do compliance, they'll total it up. We were wondering, do any of you have any tips on how you as a chapter are gathering your information?
Sue, would you like to share what we're doing?
Carol?
What I did,
First Carol
what
had
I
her
did
hand up.
several years ago is I took compliance and the questions that they were asking, and I did an Excel spreadsheet. And I then every meeting asked everyone, what they did and just tallied it up monthly. And when compliance came around the next year, I had all the numbers and I didn't have to go searching for media, how many media spots, radio, newspaper, how many cards, how many, anything that was being requested from compliance. So the Excel spreadsheet works really well.
We have it on a Google Drive.
Yeah, there is a spreadsheet. Carla, do you send that out to all the chapters?
It was sent out last year, 2025, I should say, and to start keeping track that way. And I know our chapter uses that spreadsheet that was sent out with compliance stuff last year too.
Mm-hmm. Just to kind of, and we tally it.
I can't find mine right now, but what our chapter did is what I sent to you, Denise. So we took we took the top questions of the annual report. We stopped at the financials because that you'll get later on from your financial reports. But just the volunteering cards, care packages, all of that kind of stuff. And what we did, we basically took what Denise had sent to us, that all those questions, but then we went across the top and did September through August and just have a little column for each one of those. And each month when we go to our meeting, we ask, and then we can fill it in each month. And then at the end, we've got the tally. So ours is set up a little bit different than what Denise had sent out. So we're just kind of curious as to what other people are using.
We put ours onto a Google Drive, and all the members have access to that Google Drive, and they're able to put in their hours each month. So it's a running tally.
Yeah, there's a folder for each member that has the spreadsheet under their name, and they're running their tallies, and then those would be tallied at together then collectively, but they're logging their hours each month on their own individual spreadsheets in their own folders.
Do,
Yeah.
But
do
it's
they
new.
remember to do it, and do they all understand how to do it?
It's new. Do we, I'm doing it. I
Do-
know Sue's doing it. You can see
Oh.
what members are doing it and aren't, because it'll kind of date the Google Sheet the last time someone looks at it or touches it. So it's new. We may have to do some members manually, but we have
Yep.
members logging electronically for sure.
We found the best way for
Okay.
us is we have
Michael-
it, written out,
Yeah.
everything that we need in every meeting. We meet every other month, but we may go back to every month. We pass it around. Did you do anything? Did you do anything? Because we've tried the self-report thing. It doesn't work. We have to keep hunting people down. But if they're at the meeting, there it is. And if they miss that meeting, they'll be at the next meeting. And we know who's pretty active, but they're right there. Here you go. Write it down right here for this month. And that's working much better for us.
That's tracking it. Okay. My goal would be to, Becky, and I'll get the one that she's got, refined a little bit, and with Carla's help as far as what's needed for compliance. And probably like in July, I will send it to all, well, no, probably our August meeting. We'll talk about it, and I'll send it to all of you so you can send it out to all of your chapters. So September 1, they can start tracking it for next year. Doesn't really help us for this fiscal year, but in the future, it'll make it easier for everybody. And that's what we want, is to make it easier so they can get it done. So, any other comments?
We're also, with the tallies that we're doing, it ends up, that's how our person of the year is elected by their volunteer hours. So and there's
That's a good way to track your individual volunteers. That's great.
well, and there's also a presidential award that I haven't even told Joby about yet, but there's something that can be done nationally for volunteer hours. So that's one other reason why I want that tracked. So.
Okay. Sherilyn had a question. She put it in the chat here. Can we take a new look at the questions on the annual report and make sure they're all relevant? I believe that is going to be worked on, Becky and Carla.
That's actually on our mid-year meeting agenda.
Okay. I thought I had heard that from you or one of you, so good.
So that'll be updated by March.
Okay. All right. And if you had any comments, I guess you could send those to Carla and she can track it for when they're working on that. All right. My internet is really bad, so I apologize. And luckily we don't have a lot. Thing is the standing rules. I had a question come up from a chapter. They're wondering, do they, and I get this mixed up every time. Do their membership have to vote on the standing rules before they're submitted to Karen and the bylaws committee, or after they approve them?
They should be voting ahead of time,
Ahead of time.
then
So
submitting it, and if there's changes, then they can take it back. But they need to get their chapter members' input. It's not just the board's standing rules.
Okay, awesome. And there, you should all have the template for the standing rules. If you don't, I would have it. Karen could share it, and you know, it's accessible, and they should be using that template to send in those standing rules. Becky?
I was just going to say too, just to kind of piggyback on what Karen said, make sure that the chapters understand that even though their members vote on it and accept it, make sure that the members understand that it does have to come to national and be approved first. And don't just send out a copy to everybody in the chapter and it's a done deal.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Are there any other questions about the standing rules? No?
That
Okay.
copy was also put into the January newsletter too.
Oh, okay. So everybody got it. If your email is correct and your emails aren't going to spam, you will have it. The next
I
thing
do have,
is,
this is
oh,
Lorraine. I do have a
Yep.
question on that.
Yeah.
So if you have already a standing rules of order that's been in place since, let's say, over 10 years, and does it have to be in your format? And
They're not accepted by national. They do not follow national's governing documents. They have to be resubmitted yearly. And the format was just, nobody has to have standing rules, but the format was to give you an idea of what a standing rules document would look like, because if it's covered in our governing documents, it doesn't need to be in your standing rules. So standing rules are only intended to point out specific projects, events, or occurrences that happen just at your chapter.
okay, so even though we may have had one already existing, it sounds like it's possible it needs to be changed again.
Well, they have to be, Lorraine, they have to be approved every year. So
Okay.
Lorraine, ours was sent in September and it was approved. Following
No.
their,
Okay.
they only
No,
changed a couple of things on our existing standing rules.
was it resent after it was asked to be, because I don't believe I have anybody's approved as of right now. I'd have to look back. Yours might have been if there was only a couple tweaks.
There were a
But-
couple tweaks. We got it back at the end of October
Okay, and you had
from national.
sent your final. It comes to me in the governing documents chair. So there's only two people that have to see that.
Yeah, I believe she sent it in September. We had a couple things specific to us. You said one was okay. You made one change and then sent it back at the end of October, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah,
So
I don't recall that was approved, but I will look back for you.
And even if you don't make any changes, if you get it approved this year and you don't make any changes to it next year, it still needs to be sent in to the national president and just noted that you're not making any changes from last year.
CA 30, right, Maura?
yes. And so then if there are no changes and you send it in, like you need to, does the membership still need to vote on it each year?
Well, that would be best practice, simply because
Okay.
the membership has to make those decisions, not just the board.
Okay.
And you might have new members too.
Yeah. True.
Hopefully you'll
Okay.
have. new
I took
members.
myself off of video. I took myself off of video. Someone suggested that might help. So hopefully I can hear you and you can hear me better. Becky discovered something about Zoom discounts. Can you share that with us?
I can, but unfortunately, I don't have all of the details.
Okay.
One of the chapters that I have been working with,
Oh.
they're just now going to be getting Zoom, and in their exploration of Zoom and what is available, they discovered that there is a form out there for nonprofits to fill out and submit. It is kind of an application sort of thing, but apparently Zoom offers half price for nonprofit organizations. So I'm gonna get the rest of that detailed information and I will get it to Denise so that we can get that sent out to everybody so that they can use that. And I see Cheryl has her hand up.
Hi, so talking about Zoom, I had one of my chapters asked if they're allowed to meet together, but then have members that aren't in their area Zoom.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Okay. Somebody had told them they weren't allowed to do that, that they had to be either all Zoom or all in person. And personally, I didn't think that's right, but I didn't want to say anything. And the meeting was tonight, so I knew I could ask.
Yeah. The only,
Okay.
Cheryl, the only stipulation that we put on Zoom is when it comes to elections. Our
Right.
elections are in person. And if for some reason that our chapters cannot have an in-person election, then they need to contact the national president.
Right. And the national has to be on the call.
Correct. But as far
Right,
as a
yeah.
monthly meeting goes, they can definitely log on through Zoom. They can make motions. They can vote on the motions. It's as though they are there at the meeting, and they get counted if you're doing for your minutes. When you indicate who is at your, if you are a chapter that indicates who's at the meetings besides your officers, just indicate that they were there via Zoom.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So I will get that discounted information.
I do that with my chapter. Okay, thanks. I do that, Cheryl, with my chapter, but I know that I can't participate in elections. So that would be a meeting that I might make the trip for, or I've done that before. So you can't use Zoom for an election for 1 or 2 people. It has to be, if for some reason the whole chapter can't meet, then it would all be Zoom. But you can't just do that for 1 or 2 people.
Right.
So I have
Well,
to be
and I thought,
present to
I'm like,
vote.
because we are one of them too that do that, and I was going to be very sad if we were breaking the rules, because my area is huge. I have people 3 hours away in my chapter, and they can't come to my meeting. So they've been Google Meet, and then one of my other chapters I'm mentoring brought it up, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I better check before I just tell you straight up that it's okay. But thank you. That's great.
Yep. Go ahead and tell them it's okay. And then, yeah, we'll get that Zoom discount information out to all of you, and you can share it. Thanks, Carmen. I see that chat message. Just a reminder, and I will remind you all before our April check-ins, remind your chapters that the national organization has grants for $250 that each chapter can apply for every 2 years. So if you've got a project going on and you need a little bit of extra money for it, or some specific reason, you can apply for that. So it'd be a good idea to maybe remind all the chapters of that in April. I know it was in the newsletter recently. I don't know, few months ago, maybe I read it. But it's always good to remind them. So we'll do that in April. There is something called Zeffe, Zeffe, if
Nope.
I'm correct. No, what?
Zeffy.
Oh, Y. It's a Y. Zeffy.
Mhm.
And I don't know anything about it, but Becky, do you want to ask or talk about that?
Sure. So, our chapter is getting ready to do a spaghetti dinner in April. And so we were talking to several other members of our organization, trying to figure out how we could do online pre-sale tickets so that we would know about how much spaghetti that we needed to make. And so we were turned on to Zeffe, Z-E-F, F as in Frank, F-F-Y. So this is what we know about it. What we know is that it is free for us to use. We go into it, set up our account, set up what it is what event that we're going to be having, how much the tickets are going to be, and everything. And then they sell the tickets. We send that link and let everybody know about our spaghetti dinner, and then they will purchase their tickets through there. There's no fee for us to use it. But apparently, if you log in and want to buy tickets to our dinner, it will ask you if you want to pay the fee. And I don't know how much the fee is, but you can say, no, I don't want to pay the fee. And you're just charged whatever our dinner is. You're not charged anything different. Not really too sure how they make a lot of money. But I know a lot of other chapters have used it. So I was just curious if you guys have used it. And what we're seeing is, what I just explained to you that we're seeing, is that accurate? Is there anything else that we need to know about it? Has it been successful for you guys, or do you have a different platform to use to be able to pre-sell tickets? I think I saw Carmen's hand go up.
Yeah, I've got a filter on. It was hard to see. We've just used it for a raffle, an online raffle, where we had a basket that was being raffled off, and that allowed people to purchase $5 raffle tickets for that basket, and then we were able to collect that money. It wasn't me that ran it, but I know that it worked well, so that's what we used it for.
Great. I think Sue, I see your hand up.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The other organization that I belong to, Fox Valley Veterans Council, they use something called Bloomberg. And that is something that they've been using for quite some time, and they have very good success with that.
Bloomberg. Bloomberg.
BERG.
BERG. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're
And-
just now getting into this sort of thing. Be careful, check your state raffle rules. Oh yeah. Well, we're not doing a raffle, but yes, you are correct, Sherilyn. Make sure if you're doing a raffle, check your raffle rules. Okay. Well, if you guys haven't
Okay.
used
Any other?
it, yeah, Brenda T said she was just going to say that too. If you guys haven't used it, we'll let you know how well it works for our organization, and I'll let you know before hopefully before our next meeting, we will have some positive feedback or some feedback, and I can let Denise know, and then she can let you all know how well or it worked for us, or what hiccups that we may have had.
Mhm. Yeah, you can be our guinea pigs.
Okay.
And along with that, I saw an organization that, and I don't know if it was Zeffy that they were using, but they were selling tickets for a spaghetti dinner or something. But they also said, and we're sorry if you can't make it, but would you still like to donate the cost of the dinner? So they can still support the organization even if they can't make it to the dinner. So
I had heard that as well. And I'd also been told that if you have items that your chapter sells, that you can set up like your own little online store. So it'll be interesting. We're just now diving into it. So it will be interesting to see what we come up with. And I will definitely let Denise know so she can provide you guys with some feedback as well.
good. Well, thank you. Today, the code word, which doesn't matter for all of you that are on right now, but if those of our members that weren't able to attend and have to listen to this video or watch the video later on the website, they need to give me the code word. The code word is chocolate hearts because it's almost Valentine's Day. Last week I went to a fundraiser and I got I won a basket. It had 3 chocolate heart boxes in it with chocolates in them, I think. I haven't opened them. And I got a $120 gift card at a really nice dinner club. So I'm excited about that. Okay. Someone had asked if we could share some ideas about recruiting new members. And I'm not going to go around and ask everybody because we are trying to make this a shorter meeting. But has anybody heard of any really cool, different, unique ideas of recruiting members? Anybody?
You got a couple hands up.
Okay. Carla, go ahead.
Cheryl was first.
Oh, okay, Cheryl.
We just have a lot of luck. We go when the recruits ship out. Again, we have a really good relationship with all our recruiters. And so when our kids ship out to go to boot camp, granted it helps because I'm the shuttle driver, so I always know when they go now. But we have a form that we have the mothers fill out, and we give them a little goodie bag filled with, you know, information about our chapter, the national website, our website, our little pamphlet of things we do. And then I put in my card. We put in the Red Cross magnet, you know, for the in case of emergency information, and just some chocolate and a pen and some paper and our own little like boot camp rules. And that's really been one of our best ways of recruiting moms. We don't always get them to join our chapter, but they still at least know that they have someone to turn to when they have questions. And even during, because sometimes we'll catch moms just when the kids go to Met, and it's just been a great way for them to know that there's a place called Blue Star Moms that the parents can go to. So that's definitely been our best one, is just catching them right when the kids leave, because the moms are crying and they need us.
Great, thank you. I know we used to bring plates of cookies to the recruiter's office periodically, because the recruiters change staff every once in a while, so it just would remind them who we were, and we'd share that. Yeah. Carla?
So we just had a group. My nephew was one of the MP, 34th Division MP that just deployed 2 weeks ago. And we have a neighborhood app. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to try the neighborhood app, thinking, okay, moms from the town might be looking. I had, within a couple hours, I had 3 moms that had contacted me. One of them joined already. The other 2 she came to our meeting that night, Tuesday night, and very excited. And I'm like, we've never gotten, 3 in one day that even contacted us all at once. So if you've got a neighborhood app, I suggest using that too.
Great. Anybody else? And I do have a list that we compiled a while back. If anybody's looking for it, I can resend it to you. Just let me know. Just email me and I can resend it to you. Kim, did you have something? Just okay, Carmen?
I'm going to circle back to Cheryl. Did you say you have a boot camp booklet that you give to the parents, to the moms?
So it's not a pamphlet. It's just a piece of paper that of rule, like we've written down, don't send care packages, but send lots of good luck information, send pictures. No news is good news. Don't send bad news. Like, it's just kind of little list of rules that we kind of, over the years, we've heard from other people of what to do and not do when your kid goes to boot camp. Because some people, even if you're on, like, I'm on a bunch of Facebook pages too, for like Army camps, and they're like, oh, I'm sending my son boots. I'm like, I've never heard of anyone being allowed to do that, or, sending them a bunch of candy. I know sometimes they do request things, so it's not like an official boot camp thing. It's just a sheet of paper of things that we've come up with over the years, of things that usually, like, frequently asked questions. There are things people always ask us, is there a family day, or what day is that? So we have an Air Force section, we have Army section, we have Navy section, and Marine section that has just a little bit of information of like frequently asked questions, so that they have a little spot that they can go to without having, to bug the recruiters, or we hope they call us, but sometimes they don't. I can send it. I mean, it's just one little sheet of paper.
That's awesome.
Thing, but it's fun, and it's just boot camp rules for parents. So
and looks like Sue's got something.
Good idea. Sue?
Yeah, we have had these forever. When I first started, it came from the Association of the United States Army in Virginia. And somebody had ordered these before I started, and we've had these ever since. And that's what we end up giving new moms. So it's got, let's see, 60 some pages in here. And it just goes over a lot of planning ahead, what to do. It's a matter of trust. The in-laws, it talks about emergencies at home. It talks about how the ranking is. It's got the whole listing of different acronyms, things like that. I mean, it's very informative. So I would suggest going online to the Association of the United States Army. There is a phone number. I don't know how accurate it is anymore. It's 1-800-330-4570. And I'm sure that they've got them for all different branches.
Can you give that number again?
It is 1-800-336-4570.
Thank you.
Is there any way that, Denise, you can send that? Because I'm driving right now, so I can't write. No.
There is a website too,
Yeah,
www.ausa.org.
I can send that number out in an email. Cheryl, at some point, could you send me maybe scan that sheet that you give, and I
Sure.
could send that out, and then I'll send the number from Sue's suggestion
Yeah,
also
no problem.
in an email.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Cheryl's. Okay, anybody else have any ideas? Anything that you've heard of or you do?
Well, I can't
No?
raise, excuse me,
Okay.
I can't raise my hand because my camera's not working tonight, but Joby here. You know, one thing, not tonight, but maybe a future topic is sometimes we have really good success drawing in new members,
Okay.
retention, and participation is a whole different thing. You know, we can draw them in. It's not a lot of money to join. They're all on board, but they appreciate joining and having the title. And I don't
Yep.
mean to be rude here. They appreciate joining and having the title, and that is where it ends. And I'm not sure how to draw in more participation and then retention as well, for sure, as a future subject, perhaps.
Mhm.
Actually, Denise, if I may speak
Yeah.
real quick, we are going to be having a training on that at the convention this year.
Okay.
But one of the things I would recommend, Joby, is when you have new members, even though they're new and they are still learning, is to give them assignments and draw them in to become more involved in your chapter. So the more involved they are, the better they'll do, and the more interested they'll stay in the chapter. If it's just certain members on the board that are in charge of everything, you're going to lose the rest of your membership that way. You'll lose their
And
interest. Yeah.
certainly, you know, Karen, we're realizing that, and that we are trying all kinds of different things. We're trying different fundraisers. This year is an exploration year for our chapter where we're really, really just trying a bunch of different stuff. But again, we're just seeing the same. We have an event coming up February 13th. We're serving veterans a breakfast. We do have a member who is active on Facebook, but that's it. She's going to join us. She took a day off of work, and I'm thrilled with that. That's what I want to try to like just see what other chapters are doing and then be able to share it, like, because I know other chapters experience the same thing. It's not just us. So
No, but you, like I said, you can just give them a specific thing to work on. It doesn't have to be that they're in charge of the whole event, but give them something that you think that they would thrive in. Sometimes it's difficult. It doesn't work with everyone, but certainly I would give that a try because I've seen it work over many, many years.
and as we get
Everybody likes to feel like they can participate.
absolutely, and with new members, it takes a while to get to know their personality, what their strengths are, and what their interests are by listening. And then it becomes easier, but
Sure.
it still is a hard portion of what we try to do.
Well, we hope to have lots of sharing in that session. So hopefully lots of good ideas will come out of that.
Planning on being there, and I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'm excited to hear what other ideas people might have. Any other comments or questions, you guys, before we go? I promised it would be short. Anybody? I don't see any hands. Oh, there's a hand up. Is Nancy or Carmen? Nancy? Go ahead, Nancy.
Yeah, I had a request today to find out when the training for the QuickBooks will be available. And I keep telling this lady, it takes a while, but she's still asking from one of my chapters. So I just wanted to say they're looking for it online and can't find it. And I said, it's not there yet.
It's not there yet, but our webmaster is working diligently to get those all active. So it'll be shortly.
I'll let her know that then. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice that they're excited about it, that they want to watch it. Becky?
Karen, I just have a real quick question. I know for the financial, our financial officers are required to watch that one. So there's an extra step for that. So that you know which financial officers watch. But as far as the QuickBooks goes, that's just going to be the video. Is that correct? There's nothing else that goes along with that. That's just the video.
That's correct. That is not a requirement. That was something extra we added because there were so many people asking for some QuickBooks training. But we did have over 100 attend that, and that hopefully that recording will be beneficial for those who would like to see it too. But it will be available. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that I had one of my financial officers, she had a grandbaby, born early. And so she missed the QuickBooks training, and which she's actually spent a lot of time on the phone with Carrie, just one-on-one. And Carrie has been fabulous to work with her and our chapter on QuickBooks. But I know she was asking about it because she was wanting to go out and watch it again. So thanks so much. I appreciate that.
Sure. And if I may say this, Denise, from a person who hasn't done much financial positions, I've done a few in the earlier years. The QuickBooks training, if you're not financially minded, you might have to watch, even if you attended, I would recommend you watch it again because you'll pick up things that you didn't notice during the training, because some of that stuff went pretty quickly. But when you have the documents in front of you and you listen to it again, so I would recommend everybody, use once those recordings are on the website, take advantage of it. That's what they're there for, is to continue the training. And our ladies did a great job on all of that, but there won't be any questionnaires on that. That's just totally for you guys, whoever is interested or not interested, totally up to you. Just an extra tool for you.
Good. I've heard good positive feedback about it, so that's great that they were offered. Carla, did you have
I just had a quick question,
comment?
And I'd like more than one person's input. If you watch the video on QuickBooks, somebody contacted me and said that they were told to use National's EIN number to get their QuickBooks. And I told them, no, you need to use your chapter one. And they said, well, it was in the training to use Nationals. So I just want to make sure it was not in the training to use Nationals EIN.
Is Brenda Ternillo still on here?
I am.
Would you want to address that,
Yep.
Brenda? Because that was a question. That was a question that came up.
Well, yeah, they can't use Nationals EIN, and I'm having issues with people getting into TechSoup needing an associate code, and they don't need the associate code because they're using their own EIN right now. If they're using an associate code, that means that they're using Nationals EIN to get into TechSoup. So we're working with them.
Yeah, Brenda's working with all the chapters right now that don't know what their own EIN number is, but that was made clear on all the trainings that they needed to use their own.
Well, can I share what Carla and I are doing?
Yeah. Well, Denise is, I'm sorry, I can't say
Oh.
yes. I'll ask. That's Denise's call. She's running the meeting.
Denise, can I share what Carla and I are doing?
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, Brenda. No. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and share. Absolutely.
Because they may get questions about it. Mentors may get questions about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they probably are getting questions. So on the website, every chapter profile has the ability to attach documents to it. And when I was 4th VP, I started doing it. Actually, when I was webmaster, I started doing it. But we don't have a copy of everybody's CP 575. This is the form that you get from the IRS when you apply for your EIN. A lot of people have sent in nationals. A lot of people have sent in their application. A lot of people have said, we never applied for one. We were just given one. And I said, well, no, that you had to have applied for one to get a charter. And so if anybody asks about it, it is legit. We're trying to get it so that if there's a transition of a person that has it, they move on, then they don't share their information with the chapter. This way, if somebody needs their copy of it, they can go to the website and download it. And if you can't find it, there is a process that you can do. There's a form to fill out, or you can call the IRS, and it's all in the instructions. And tell them to email it to the 4th VP. Don't email it to me. I don't want it. Anything you want to say to
One of my chapters forwarded me your email, Brenda, and said it sure looks like a scam. Could I verify if that's what National was requesting? And I had your telephone number in my cell phone, so I verified that. And then of course the Blue Star Mother email address was correct, but she sent it to me as soon as she got it and said it sure does look like a scam. What do you think?
We have had a couple people question it, yes.
What,
Well,
Carla?
that's good. That's good that they're cautious.
It is. It is good.
I appreciate them doing it because there are a lot of scams out there.
That's right.
Yep. Good. And they're using their mentor. That was good that they thought to ask you.
Yes, they're
awesome.
Almost my chapters are pretty good about asking questions, which is good. Keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
That might be a good newsletter little blurb that if they receive, like even monthly, just to reiterate, if you receive an email and you're questioning it, reach out to your mentor first, and it encourages mentor contact as well for anything they find sketchy.
Yeah. Somebody sent an email to personal email saying, did you send out an email? I'm like, how did you get my personal email? And she sent it. I mean, it was good. And I said, yes, that's it. And she sent her stuff in. So we've got a lot of response from that. Yes, Carla? A lot.
Yeah, we have. I think about half of them are sending them to me as they were instructed to, and about the other half are replying to Brenda.
I just forward them to you, honey.
You do. We're getting them.
As long as you're getting them, that's a blessing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a few stragglers that we,
teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I wanted to share.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for doing that, you guys. I know it's a lot of extra work, but it'll be easier for everybody in the future. All right. Any other comments before we sign off here? Our next meeting will be on May 7th. That's the first Thursday of May. And it will be at the same time, 7:30 Central Time. Otherwise, in the meantime, have a nice Valentine's Day and Easter, May Day, Halloween, whatever.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that keeps saying Halloween for Valentine's Day.
I know. That's how special my Valentine's Day